have the keys to understand, in order to have the keys to understand how profound this matrix is, you need a key. You must have a key. Now, I've always said, George, and you know with my presentations, that there is a key, and it's the ecliptic, all right? Right? And this word here. Atom is what they say the whole universe is made of. Little atoms. Everything. Our bodies. Our bodies would be an anatomy. This word carries a lot of truth. It's the first and original word. It is the word, atom. Now, in the Hebrew language, it becomes Adam. In the Egyptian, it is Atum. They also have Atum. In the Greek, Adoni or Adonis, which gives you Dennis. This gives you Tommy, Thomas, which in Latin is Domus, which in Hebrew is Tammuz, the month of Cancer, from the Tropic of Cancer. So 21st of June, this is the summer solstice here. This is the equinox line. And this is the winter solstice down here in Capricorn. Right, but the Jews, Tammuz.
That's where doubting Thomas comes from.
That's where doubting Thomas comes from, exactly. And you'll see why as we hook up atom with the ecliptic. You must have the two. But this is the universal word. All languages have this, or a derivation of it. And it contains all the secrets of nature and how nature really works. And all words go back to atom, all words. So Domus is Tammuz, and Tammuz, I remember I learnt this 30 years ago from a wonderful book by Alexander Hislop, 1916. And that's when I discovered that Tammuz was the god who the cross comes from. In fact, he used to wear a band around his head here with a whole bunch of T's on the band, like a bandana. and it had just T. That Tammuz goes back to Tom. Now, you're Greek, so you know that atom means not cuttable.
Okay.
Indivisible.
There's also a Sanskrit derivation.
Oh, yes.
If I had known this is what it was, I would have researched it, but anyway.
Yeah. That one, that. Atom means not cuttable because this is alpha privative. And alpha privative deprives the word of its true meaning, right? The exact opposite. Theist, atheist. Gnostic, agnostic, etc., etc. So, not cuttable would mean that that is cuttable. That's the twin. You put a W in there and you got pretty much the word twin, because Thomas, in Greek, we already said we get domus in Latin, but in Greek it's That's a Y, by the way. We get Didymus, or should I say, Didymus. Thomas Didymus is a twin. And simply because this is cuttable. And it can be cut, whereas the atom, the Greeks, Plato and all those guys said that you can't cut, it's a unit, it's a one. So what we get from that is Aton. You must remember that you can, obviously you've already understood that the T is interchangeable with the D. These are percussive consonants. Unlike M, which is continuous, and the N, and the other two chief liquids, the R and the L. That's the Ro in Greek is the letter R. This is the rhotic, and this is the lateral. Because when you put your tongue up against your palate, that liquid is half of the creative force in the universe. The other half is the rhotic, the lateral and the rhotic. These two liquids are the chief creators. That's why we have words such as Israel. That's an E. Okay, Israel. There will always be an R and an L in all theologies of the universe, because those are the two sounds that come from Atum, as we will see.
So religion fits into that.
Yeah. So once you understand that the T and the D are interchangeable and the M and the N are interchangeable, you will find that Aton is really one. One is in there because the on, this letter here, on or om, there's two versions. This one is the om of the Hindus, whereas this is the on of the Egyptians. Right? There was a city in the delta of Egypt, Heliopolis. The Greeks called it Heliopolis, but before that it was called On. You know, turn the light on. and actually in the Bible, Joseph, he married the daughter of the high priest of On. That's the same city that the Greeks name Heliopolis, the city of the sun. Because Atum, as you will see, the Atum of the Egyptians, they called it the sun. And all of these words are in here, all of them. All the 7 planets of the solar system, the visible ones, they are all in the word Atum. Atum is the name for all of them. So what we've got here is one. It's the one because the atom is the one unit, indivisible, but it's also the two because Didymus, without the alpha privative, this becomes the twin. So Tom is words like twain, and words like, if you flip that over and make a W here, what do you have? Two. See that part of Atum is two. That part of Atum is one. When you take away the A, you have a twin. Tom, thumb. Thumb is basically just another word for tomb. Notice the silent B? Yeah. Because Tom, the atom, is a tomb, the tomb of matter. And Tom backwards is mot. Mother, mother, whatever, matter,